Good morning.
Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony show. It is, what is today's date? November 29th, 2021.
I keep
December is right around the corner.
I either keep saying it's 2020 or 2022.
Yeah, 2021's been a year that I kind of just never got on board with.
I was never here for it.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm still in 2019.
That's fine. That's a good place to be, actually.
2019 was a good time.
It was all right.
What a time to be alive. Way more people were alive.
Oh my God.
Level 3 of the hype train is here. What else do we have? First time chat from Southwest Florida girl 76. Welcome back. Thank you very, very much. Now, I said first time chat and then I said welcome back. She was welcoming us back.
Well, she's been here. She's just chatting for the first time.
Oh, true. Let's see.
So, if you watched the last show before we traveled to go to New Jersey and Florida for the holiday, we were sitting on the couch. We also, right after that show, rearranged the studio because we were like, nope, didn't like that. And we actually loved the new setup.
There's been a lot of tinkering going on.
Yeah.
A whole lot of tinkering. You can even see it on the screen. Robbie and Everett, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. What are you doing there?
Trying to show it off.
Oh. I think I'm going to set up a second camera. Like
show the couch?
Like a bird's eye view type of cam. That way, if the cats are running around, we can always cut to it.
It's cute.
That'll be a 2022 thing.
2023.
You know? We are actually planning, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in the month of December.
Excuse me. Those are not all supposed to be lit on that menorah.
Yeah,
sir.
I understand that, but Stream Elements only gave me that option. So that's all I can really do. And the version of a dreidel they gave us in Stream Elements was kind of sad, so I didn't use that one.
I have been trying to learn a lot about Hanukkah because I don't know a lot about it.
Okay.
And
what'd you learn?
Nope. I'll do some studying today because there's a lot of names that I have to understand to be able to explain it.
What do you mean?
Are you sweating?
No.
Your face is wet.
Oh, I washed my face.
It what Hanukkah, how it started. It's the festival of lights. It's from darkness to light. That's as far as I've truly gotten the understanding. I read way more about it, but there were names of people and stuff when I was reading it, and I was like, this is a lot to remember these names.
Was it old biblical names?
Yeah.
Is that why? Yeah. Biblical names are pretty difficult.
Well, I'm used to Peter, Paul, and Jesus, Matthew.
Unicorn Cindy, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. And
what
I want everyone to understand it, and Lunchbox Lob, thank you very much for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. So December is right around the corner. Wednesday is December, right?
Stop. You just said that, and I was like,
Thursday.
Anxious.
No, it's Wednesday. So Wednesday is December. Obviously, with the holidays, with Hanukkah, with Christmas, with Kwanzaa, with every holiday we've got coming up, and New Year's and New Year's Eve, there's going to be a lot of travel. We're going to have a vacation towards the end of the month. We're also going to be traveling while we're still doing the show because I've got a wedding to be in on December 11th. Carla Marie is also going to be there.
Yeah.
The reason that we're going to shut down at some point, it will be a vacation, but there's a lot of stuff that we are planning to kick off 2022. This show will be different. There might be some other things that we put out there into the world as well. So yesterday what I did, what, Carla Marie?
I forgot I'm supposed to be doing Vlogmas.
What does that mean?
Where I just vlogged the whole month of December.
Okay, well, it's not December yet.
I know, but you're supposed to start before. Okay.
You okay?
I need to do Vlogmas today at noon.
Okay, added.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now back on track. Fred the Mailman, good morning. Sorry about your loss on...
Oh, I thought somebody died.
No, his loss on Saturday when Michigan beat Ohio State. I'm just going to revel in it because Ohio State beat Seton Hall and Seton Hall beat Michigan in basketball. So I think that's the only thing I've got against those Buckeyes right now.
I don't know who to root for anymore because Rutgers doesn't even have the sports anymore.
Oh, Rutgers really, they shit the bed this year so far with sports. They didn't make a bowl game in football.
Nope.
Their basketball team lost to Lafayette and then lost to someone else terrible.
Seton Hall.
No.
And then they're going to beat Seton
I
Hall
know.
in 2 weeks, and it's going to be...
And honestly, I was messaging, I believe it was with Mike from New Hampshire, about Rutgers basketball and Seton Hall. He was telling me to give you some crap about it. And, UMass they lost to. And the problem right now is Seton Hall's gotten off to a pretty good start to the season. We have one loss. We lost to Ohio State on a buzzer beater. They're a very good team. And Rutgers has got off to a really bad start to their season. They're, I think, 3-2 right now. And one of those wins, they needed overtime to beat Lehigh, which is really bad. Now, the most Seton Hall thing Seton Hall could do would be on December 12th to invite those little boys from Rutgers, from Jersey Mike's Bologna Factory.
Stop. Jersey Mike's is great.
Up to the Rock.
You've never even been.
To the Prudential Center and lose. So, I am going to be on high alert until that game is over.
You know what the best part is? I will be flying back from Florida during that game, so I won't even get to be with you, which is great. Because watching Seton Hall basketball with you, let alone Rutgers Seton Hall basketball with you, is actually my least favorite thing on this planet to do. So I'd rather do laundry.
I'll most likely be watching with a lot of Seton Hall fans in Florida, which will be a lot of fun.
Okay, so anyway, you were talking about taking off the last 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and yes, we're going to spend time with our family. We're going to enjoy ourselves, hopefully go snowboarding or something if I can at that time. But there's a lot that's going on. And yesterday, we started our kind of preparation for 2022. And one of the things we're doing is consolidating our mailing list, because we have a physical mailing list, we have an email mailing list. And I thought I was going to do this task for about an hour.
Yeah, no.
4.5 hours later, I was sitting there merging things.
You know, we could have paid someone like on Fiverr.
Yeah, but I think it's weird because I actually like doing that stuff.
That's true. We also don't want other people to say, oh my God, look at all those wires behind us.
Huh?
On the floor.
Oh, yeah, I got to clean those up. We're still tinkering. There's a lot going on in the studio and a lot going on in the metaverse and the online space that's going to happen. But I was all about spreadsheets yesterday. I was merging spreadsheets. I was consolidating. I was learning things on Google Sheets that I didn't know how to do before.
There's a lot of things to learn.
Like using conditional formatting to find duplicates.
Yes, we hit level 5. We're going to take a shot in a second.
What do we got?
So, at Thanksgiving, my family was having Jack honey, and I was like, do you even know about Dubliner honey? And they didn't. So now I know what I'm getting some family members for Christmas.
Okay. Well, pour it up.
I'm going to use my shot glass from Japan.
It's not actually from Japan, for the record. You've never been to Japan. That's from Disney World.
Japan in Disney World.
Let's see. Tacoma Swifty said, so the sectional you chose turns into a bed as well. Yeah, so the 4 of these sectional pieces on the bottom can be adjusted to basically a rectangle. And then the sides go on and it makes the bed.
Well, there's like a whole kit that's underneath one of these. And it's to make it a bed. And it like holds it together. And you lay on it and it doesn't feel like a couch. It feels like a bed. Well, we haven't actually done that, but that's the point.
Yes.
We have 2 extra pieces that are currently in storage.
More? What is that? Come on. This is the first shot I'm taking in a week, basically. Because last week I wasn't taking shots.
I dropped on this thing.
That's fine.
Is it electrocuted?
What?
It's plugged in, this whole mat.
Yeah, we're going to be fine. Yeah, last week you were taking shots by yourself. Because I was in the hotel in Florida. What?
Speaking of, remember I had that blackberry brandy on screen and we were like, why do you have that? And my dad was like, Aunt Dolly loves it. Mm-hmm. The next day, Aunt Dolly went to the hospital.
Is she still in the hospital?
Yeah.
Is she going to leave the hospital?
I hope so. I went to go visit her.
Okay. How's she doing?
She's
in good spirits?
She's an absolute riot. Showing her my cats because she loves cats. And she's like, oh my God, they're beautiful. She's got her wits about her, which is great.
Good.
I mean, she's 94. But I don't know if I ever told you this. A few years ago, we were at Christmas Eve and Aunt Dolly starts bringing up Anthony and she's seen photos of him from, I don't know, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know. Her niece and nephew probably show her. And I say her niece and nephew because it's the other, like, not my family. It's her husband's side of the family. And she says to me at Thanksgiving dinner, you should date Anthony. He's sexy.
And Dolly thinks I'm sexy? Wow.
So.
And what does she drink? Blueberry
brandy.
Schweppes?
Blackberry brandy. No, it wasn't Schweppes, but this is to Aunt Dolly.
To Aunt Dolly.
I told her.
My new girlfriend.
We were talking about it.
Cheers. It actually wasn't bad for my first shot back. You all right?
Sorry, Dolly.
Speaking of shots, my whole family now, anytime we have like an event, anytime liquor's being served and I turn it down, I'm looked at like a crazy person because they're like, oh, you take shots in the morning. Why don't we have a drink with us? But my uncle Musa, who was hosting Thanksgiving, had like, I don't know, 40 people at the house.
Are you supposed to shake that before?
No. Are you okay?
Something's wrong.
So he hosted Thanksgiving for everybody, and he was so proud of this bottle of alcohol that he brought. And I guess he got it in the Finger Lakes region of New York. There's a couple distilleries up there and wineries and whatnot. And he got this alcohol that was made from 100% fig. It's just fermented fig,
I
essentially.
love figs. Fig Newtons are like my favorite snack.
So he's all proud of it. He's like, you got to taste it, blah, blah, blah. So he pours it out to whoever is willing. We all take the shot, and it is awful. It is the worst shot, one of the worst shots I've ever had. And he starts laughing because he basically used us to get rid of the bottle that he bought when he was all caught up in the moment.
Is it because
in Finger Lakes?
Your taste is not as refined to like a fruit like a fig?
No, it was just bad. It was just really, really bad. But you said this distillery does a lot of different things. I don't know if it was a winery or a distillery, maybe both. But they make a lot of different things. Like they make a alcohol out of pure blueberry, and they don't like mix it. It's not like a blueberry vodka. It's a specific alcohol made out of blueberry or fig or whatever else they make over there. But man, it's bad. Yeah, you know what? And Martha brings up a good point because Arabs generally like figs.
They did in Spain too.
And
Is that what I was having everywhere?
Yeah, I guess the Mediterranean folk love figs.
Yeah, because it's Italian too, I feel like.
So there you go. Mediterranean people like figs.
Well, then who's Newton? He ain't Mediterranean.
He's not Mediterranean. Probably a colonizer. Most likely.
Sounds German.
Newton sounds like a colonizing name, if you ask me. But yeah, fig Newtons also come in different flavors. They don't come in just fig flavor.
Who said?
Tacoma Swifty. Oh no, they're not fig Newtons. I'm sorry. Those fig bars at the store come in different flavors.
What store?
There's there's like a new bar, like a new nutritional bar that's made out of fig. I don't know the name of the brand.
Gemma the Gemini, that is actually hilarious. They said it reminds me of the fruit wine episode on Schitt's Creek.
I don't think I saw that one.
When David and Moira go to, I can't even say his name, Erblinger's wine place, and they try all the wines. And I think fig is one of the wines, and the banana wine, and all the wines. And how the hell is his name? Oh, Isaac Newton is the most famous Newton, and he was English.
Exactly, English. Sounds like a colonizer.
Oh,
imagine this Newton guy. Imagine Mr. Fig Newton, like literally just took a vacation to the Mediterranean back in the day. I was like, oh man, these fruits are incredible. I'm gonna make him into a cookie, and all of a sudden he's the Newton guy, or he's the fig guy.
Yeah. What did Isaac Newton do? Like something with not electricity, water.
You're gonna get this.
Isaac Newton.
Yes.
Invented the new gravity.
Come on.
Thank you, Lenny.
He didn't
invent gravity. We had it. He named it.
Isn't Isaac Newton the guy who had the apple fall on his head while he was writing under a tree, and he was like, "Oh, I got to talk about gravity now."
That's Johnny Appleseed.
Nope, he had that.
What are we learning today, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. See, apple fell on his head. Thank you, Ginger Viking. Okay. 00.
So Chris just said that Isaac Newton developed the theory of gravity. And you know what? That's like, I'm going to develop the theory of getting drunk.
That's not how that works.
And we're going to call it the Carla Marie. That's
not how that works.
Next time you get drunk, you take a video of yourself and you're like, I am the Carla Marie.
No one falls and goes, oh, I am Isaac Newton. No one sees something fall from the sky. And
I didn't call it the theory. I called it the Carla Marie.
No, that's stupid. William Tell was the one who shot the arrow off of his son's head. Thank you, Lenny from Queens.
Who said that? Who said anything about a shooting?
You were talking about that. You said Johnny Appleseed, who someone else said, I think, had the apple shot off his head.
No, I think he just planted apple trees.
I actually don't know anything about Johnny Appleseed. Now that I think about it, I've heard the name. He's got a reputation, but I don't know what it is. What else do we have?
Yeah, for now on, we're calling it the.
No,
or
we're
when
not
you
calling...
take a shot, it's the Carla Marie.
What? You're bad at taking shots.
Yeah, that's what's funny. It's ironic.
Well, then who was the guy? Okay, so if Isaac Newton, hold on, if Isaac Newton created the theory of gravity, or whatever, wrote down the theory of gravity for everybody, then who was the guy who got into the bathtub and realized how you can like measure volume with water? That was the thing I learned in like 3rd grade. You don't remember that? The story that I remember, I don't know if anyone else was taught it this way. It obviously didn't do well. The story that I remember from like elementary school was Archimedes? I don't know about that.
That sounds like a Greek person. God.
This guy was tasked with figuring out if there was 2 crowns. One was supposed to be real, one was supposed to be fake, and he couldn't figure out how to figure out which one was real, which one was fake or whatever. And then he got into a bathtub and he saw the water go up and he was like, oh, if I dunk them in water, I can
see the weight,
measure their volume.
But he could have just held them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember that story. Does anyone else remember that story from elementary school?
No, but what Anthony doesn't know from elementary school that I do know is the Princess and the Pea.
I have no idea what that even means.
I know.
Who's the princess?
What? You have to find out who the princess is. Only the princess will feel a pee under like 100 mattresses. So they make her sleep on 100 mattresses.
She would suffocate.
No, not under them, on them. On the top of 100 mattresses. And she can still feel the pee in her sleep. Because princesses are apparently annoying.
So what was the whole point of that? So you learned that in school?
It's a folklore.
Like you learned it in kindergarten? Like why else are they teaching this? What's the story? What's the moral here?
The moral is, I forget, there is a moral.
What is it? Women are difficult? What is this? What is this stupid? That's true. For the mailman, feeling pee in your sleep is never fun.
I never went to bed as an adult.
Is the princess high standards?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest story I've ever heard. Someone actually took the time to teach that?
It's Hans Christian Andersen. Are we surprised? Thank you, Becky. She said it's about a young woman whose royal ancestry is established by a test of her sensitivity. Oh, man. We'd all fail today.
Oh,
it should be called The Princess and the Snowflake.
No, we'd all pass because she's clearly a snowflake.
No, we're all snowflakes.
If she can feel a pee through 100 mattresses or whatever it is, she's a snowflake. Because any other person would be like, I'll just go to sleep.
We're all over. Vicky said the only bathtub thing I remember from school is that apparently President Taft got stuck in a bathtub.
Yeah, because he was like gigantic, right?
I remember that too.
Didn't they have to make like bigger bathtubs in the White House for him? Which, if I was currently the president, that'd be great. Because I feel like all bathtubs are too small.
Oh. Ginger Viking said Archimedes got in the bath and worked out water displacement and shouted, Eureka!
Ginger Viking.
I thought Eureka is if you found water.
Ginger Viking in this Twitch chat is either brilliant or just very
trolling us.
Thorough when he or she says something and makes us believe it. But I'm going to believe that.
Okay. We need to move on from folklore.
Some of these are not folklore. Like Isaac Newton was not folklore. That's early science.
Science isn't real.
No, science is 100% real.
Science is fake. Just kidding. If anyone randomly stumbles across this video, I've got my booster shot. I believe in science.
Wait, isn't the moral? This is Sunali in the Twitch chat said, isn't the moral of the Princess and the Pea to learn not to jump to conclusions and not to judge a book by its cover?
I think there's something about like the people don't believe she's a princess because of the way she dresses, and they make her sleep on the mattresses.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I was a princess, I wouldn't care what anybody thought as to whether or not I was a princess.
So I think that's part of the story. She doesn't.
I'd be like, suck my princess butthole.
She doesn't complain at first about her terrible night's sleep.
Because there was a pee under her mattress?
She's a princess, and she can feel it.
This is the stupidest thing ever.
Oh, here we go. Who's going to read that, me or you?
You go for it.
Can you,
What are we looking at?
We're the only ones who can see that. It's because there's a typo.
Oh, okay. So should I allow it? Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, now it's gone. Oh, the story tells. The camera's in my way and I can't read it. The story tells of a prince who wants to marry a princess but is having difficulty finding a suitable wife. Something is always wrong with those he meets, and he cannot be certain they are real princesses because they have bad table manners or they are not his type. One stormy night, a young woman drenched with rain seeks shelter in the prince's castle. She claims to be a princess, so the prince's mother decides to test their unexpected guest. By placing a pea in the bed, she's offered for the night.
And she feels it, and they're like, oh my God, you're right. She's a princess.
Yeah, but screw that prince. Can't get bad table manners. Psh, you don't even know.
I actually think table manners are pretty important.
Yeah.
And I was explaining that to one of my my little cousins around Thanksgiving.
Are you going to call them out?
No. It's not about that. It's just, I think, and I'm sure someone did it to me when I was a kid. You know how kids just don't sit still, like ever? Like there's always, or Carla Marie, there's always something they're doing, whether it's like spinning in the chair or putting their feet up on the table or like sitting in weird positions.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So we had to then explain to my cousin, like, listen, at some point, we're with family. It's fine. At some point, you have to sit at a table. So you may as well start practicing sitting like a normal person now with us. And it actually worked out pretty well. But it still hasn't. I guess no one really sat you down and did that.
No, when I'm at like a...
What?
Stop. When I'm at like a restaurant or whatever, I don't sit like an idiot.
I feel like you do the feet behind your butt sit a lot.
Feet behind my butt.
Like, you know, it's like that girl. Girls do it. I can't. You know the cover of the Ariana Grande album where she had her feet behind her on the stool?
I don't sit like, I sit like a 4. Like that. I don't sit with my knees.
Yeah, like you're sliding into second base.
Yes. I don't sit with my knees on the, like if I did that right now.
Yeah, I feel like you do that sometimes.
In restaurants?
Yeah, like a booth.
Stop.
Like if you're sitting in a booth,
Then
you sit like that.
You are just stupid because I'm not sitting like that on the other side. And you never let me sit on the booth side because you like the booth side.
I do. I'm a big fan of the booth.
Now I'm sitting like this. I'm going to be taller than you.
I'm also a fan of whichever seat at the table lets me see the rest of the restaurant.
Michelle. She's so right. Because we are small and can't see. So
you can see everything. Although I bring this up a lot. I did go to the My Chemical Romance concert. That was the last big thing I did before the pandemic struck. And that was with Ricky, our friend Ricky, who's in Nashville now. Mm-hmm. And I remember I got down because I could see the stage perfectly. And she's like, could we move because I can't see anything?
Yeah.
So I got down to her level.
It's miserable.
Man.
That's why I hated Coachella.
Life at around 5 feet stinks.
I just saw bodies.
I don't know why you guys do it.
When I was in high school, I remember my Mr. Galante, my history teacher, was like, you sit in the weirdest positions. I was like, it's comfortable. And I used to sit like my leg. Because you know how like you would slide into your desk in high school and have like the bar?
Oh, we didn't have those desks. They trusted us with chairs.
No, these were more expensive.
No, they weren't.
I would always sit with my leg over the bar. And I'm like, it's comfortable. Now my back hurts because of that.
I have been trying to, like when I remember, to sit upright. Mm-hmm. And when you don't sit upright for so long, it feels really weird. It feels like you're being like a pompous ass.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Right? Like I'm trying to, you clench your butt cheeks a little bit.
Why?
So you like tighten up.
I don't think you need to.
And you tighten your core.
Are you doing a Kegel?
No. I don't think I can. Men can't Kegel, can they?
Can you stop your pee?
Yes.
So what is that called for men? Like we stop our pee by doing a Kegel.
I don't know. When a guy stops his pee, though, it's painful. I don't know if that happens with women.
It's not good to do that.
Let's see.
All right, what are you talking about sitting up?
Oh.
Squeezing your butt?
I've been, because as you may know, apparently men can do Kegel. Thank you, Lenny from Queens. So as you may know, I've hurt my back twice in the past 6 months at the gym. So I'm trying to do small things to make sure that I have proper form and proper posture. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when you focus on it and you don't do it like you're someone like me who probably had bad posture forever, you feel like an ass.
And it hurts.
Like I'm walking around the gym and I'm like, I feel like I'm trying to flex on people.
No, but it also exudes confidence. Like if you're walking around like this, no, you gotta be like that.
Like just now, I was sitting like this the whole time.
No, sit up.
Bam.
Okay, but don't you look like an idiot.
But that's
No, you were doing it up. Sit.
This would be me.
Okay, maybe you do look weird.
Yeah.
No, you look. Well, your neck is doing weird things.
Well, I'm trying to make sure I also talk into the microphone.
All right, you look fine.
I think everyone needs to make sure that they are sitting up straight,
So
whether
that
you're
you
driving.
don't look like an idiot.
Yeah. I also now when I drive,
driving, I sit weird.
I try to make sure. Maybe I'm not at 10 and 2.
I drive like this.
But I try to make sure that I'm sitting upright.
I put my foot on the door.
On the door?
The door ledge.
Get your foot off of me, first off. I've never noticed that. You put your foot on the door?
Yeah, if I get a new car and there's no door ledge, that's a good one, I'm pissed.
How did you learn, when was the first time you just thought, I'm going to put my foot on a door as I drive?
First car?
All the time? Or just
Always.
on, road trips?
No, always. No.
How do you park like
that?
that?
Long trips. Long trips. I don't do it going to Safeway.
Apparently, my cousin Michelle also drives like that. Marie from the radio fam also drives like
tall,
that.
So it's not a short person thing.
Marie's not tall.
Marie, how tall are you? Because she's definitely tall.
Hill from Philly.
Fake it till you are it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Katrina from New York. Karina, if you get into an accident like that, your hip is completely done.
No, I'm already done no matter what because I sit this close to the steering wheel. So, end game.
Your knee is going to be in your chin.
Radio fam is 5'4". That's tall.
That's not tall.
To me.
That's still annoying at a concert level. I think anything under 5'8" is pretty short.
Speaking of, you were on the Radio Fam, Marie, her podcast. It went out in our newsletter today. You can find it by searching the Radio Fam on Spotify and on YouTube. This is our quick little breakdown moment. So check that out. I can't put the link in there at this very moment, but we can have that tomorrow.
Marie can put the link in there.
There you go. Did you do the shortcut I told you to do?
Nope, I didn't. I didn't. Also, I want to point this out. So where'd it go? Court with a K said her husband Mike is currently driving like that, at this very moment as we're talking about driving with your knee up. I don't know if I could. Maybe it does sound comfortable, but I don't think I can do that. I don't think there's enough space.
No, Mike has a Ford F-150.
Maybe if I had enough space, I would do it.
Something like that.
But I don't think I can put my leg up like that in a car.
I don't know. I used to drive with my knees all the time, too.
I would drive with my knees when I was eating a sandwich.
You yell at me when I do it.
Yeah, because I'm in the car.
Okay.
Dude, listen, I am. Do whatever you want when you're not in the car with me.
How do parents break their bad habits like that when they have kids and they're driving?
They don't. They just do the whole do as I say, not as I do thing.
All right. So I'm about to put a link in here. Anthony and I are hosting separate things in the new year. Did you just push me?
Yeah, you keep touching my leg.
Sorry. I was like, why'd you hit me? I'm hosting crafting and cocktails with Seattle Cocktail Club. It's going to be one night virtual event. You buy your kit ahead of time, and we're going to make this cool, moss framed thing. It looks awesome.
It does look really cool.
Jessica from Seattle Cocktail Club is going to be doing the cocktail side of it with me. And then Anthony is hosting a hot sauce making class with Sid from Ballyhoo Hot Sauce.
Because I'm spicy.
Which is an amazing local hot sauce company here. And you're also going to get a kit for that as well if you order it. It makes an amazing gift. Also a great gift for couples to do at home if you're trying to find a gift for couple as together.
Or work groups.
Work groups, absolutely. So I'm dropping
Families.
the link in here. You'll see both events in there. And those are both in January. And yeah, I'm excited.
So Jess from Minnesota said, I'm 6 feet tall. My husband is 6'7", so we buy vehicles with lots of leg and headroom. What?
I was going to talk about a tall person that ruined my weekend.
No, that's not what we're talking about, though.
Okay, go.
We're still talking about cars and spatial awareness and whatnot. So when I was in New Jersey this past weekend for Thanksgiving, I had to borrow a car to go to the gym on Friday. Mm-hmm. And the only car that was available was my brother Justin's Camaro. And the Camaro, when you see it on the highway, it's a sexy car.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking car. He has the one that kind of looks like the Batmobile. It's also like that very dark gray color. But it is the most uncomfortable car to drive because you feel like your butt is literally on the road. And
I don't like that.
The ceiling.
I need a little bit of a high car because I'm so short.
And the ceiling is so short where I really feel like I'm in like an old tiny roadster, like a little, almost a clown car roadster.
That you drive like this.
Yeah. And I have told myself now after driving that car a few times, I need space. I've always been an SUV person. Like even with a Jeep, there's a
decent high up in my Jeep.
Amount of space. Yeah.
The one thing we don't have with the Mazda CX-5 isn't like car level. It's a crossover. So it's not as high as I'm used to.
Zoom.
But I like it. But that was the one thing I liked about having my Jeep Grand Cherokee or my Wrangler was like, I could see the world for a change.
What I think I want my next car to be is some sort of SUV or car, maybe like an old school car that has like the bench seat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Anytime we're in those cars, you won't let me sit there.
No, it's not for you to sit there. It's for me to have space. And to have the back of the seat that comes down.
Spain, we tried doing that, right? I tried sitting. It was me, you, and
yes.
your brother Michael, and you were both like, nope.
No, absolutely not. Why would I want someone in my shoulder as I'm driving?
Okay. Anyway, there was something I was just going to say about cars being tall. Hold on. I'm going to remember.
Are you manspreading? Carla Marie's manspreading down here.
Oh, I forgot. Cars.
What?
So when I'm home, I drive my parents' cars. And I have to like move it up so much. Even though my mom is like an inch taller than me. Both of their cars.
Does your mom have like the gangsta lane?
I guess. So they get so mad because I crank the heat and I leave it on purpose because I know it sets them off. And
Why?
Because it's just funny. Like I leave the heat high and I leave the seat where it is.
No, why does that get them mad?
Because they're like, look at it driving around at 74 degrees and the seat's all the way up here. And it's so fun. So I get in the car to go to dinner with them after I had been driving. And my dad got in the car before us and he was like, listen, you need to start putting the seat back because I now have a concussion thanks to you. I guess he got in the car and didn't realize and like whacked his head. And I'm like, I did it on purpose. Sorry.
That's how I feel when I get into cars after my dad. And my dad's, he's shorter than me, but he's taller than my dad, taller than my mom, taller than my cousin Michelle. But somehow when I get into the car after those two, I'm fine. When I get into the car after my dad, I feel like I'm being trapped.
Some people like to drive closer.
It's real weird.
Like a service that is like, this is how you should drive for your height. We're going to come do your seat perfect for your height.
I bet you there's a YouTube video.
And
like
then
the angle your knees should be at and things like that.
Oh my God.
You dying? Got the vid? Well, you got your booster. So you're safe-ish except for the new variant.
I saw a doctor tweet that said, can everyone please get vaccinated? I'm really not ready to. I really don't feel like learning the Greek language or the Greek alphabet.
What is this one?
Omicron.
Omarion?
No, Omicron. It sounds like an Avenger.
Omicron.
No, like a mean of like we need to. Omicron is coming to get Thanos' rings.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a villain from Avengers. Car ergonomics is what we need to look up.
Okay.
There's got to be a video that's like your knees should be at 47 degrees or something. I don't know.
Okay, wait. So I have a list of things to talk about today.
You also said a tall person ruined your weekend?
Yeah, I sent you the picture.
I don't have it.
I know, so we can't do it.
Okay, we'll do it tomorrow.
I sent it like just now.
Oh, I'm not doing that now.
Okay. I mean, ruined. I had a list. Hold on. Okay, so I'll talk about this now. So my sister, who's not in here and said she would be, Tina Marie, was like, there's these things at Starbucks that no one can get, and I got them. They're only $10, but they're selling on the internet for like $34. And I was like, and she gives me one. I'm like, I don't want it because I'm just going to sell it, so don't give it to me as a gift. She's like, no, I'm telling you.
What the hell is that?
It is a cold cup ornament keychain. I don't want to open it because if I sell this bad
That's not a keychain.
I said, what? She's like, you can use it as an ornament, but I use it as a keychain. I'm like, that sounds miserable.
She uses that as a keychain?
Yes. So these things.
She clearly never has pockets.
A purse.
My sister's never
$9.95.
had a pocket.
and they're like on eBay for $34, and then someone offered my niece $100, but I was like, that's not real.
So why don't we like auction it off? Wait, this thing isn't even cool. So it's just a cup.
She gave it to me. She's like, I really want you to talk about it on Twitch. See what Anthony says.
Can I open it?
No.
Why?
Because then
oh, it loses the value?
Come on, this is how we're gonna get home for the holidays.
So this thing is going for triple the price?
Yeah, and flights back one way from New Jersey are $432 right now. So we got to sell this bad boy to get back here.
This thing is stupid. It's just like a scaled cup.
Yeah.
But I guess any collectible, if you don't care about it, is stupid. Mm-hmm. Like if you don't care about Pokemon cards and you saw one, like this is stupid. Why would someone pay $400,000 for this card?
Yeah, I'd rather spend money for this.
My brother went up to our parents' attic over the holiday and found his old binder of Pokemon cards. And he's got a couple like rare cards in there. If he sold his whole binder, he could probably make a couple $1,000s.
Is he going to keep it?
I don't know.
Thank you to Nick 2020C said cute nails. My niece did these and she's in cosmetology school and she did them using Young Nails, which is Anthony's cousin's company.
Oh, your sister is here, by the way. She said, I'm here. I couldn't type it first.
Oh, because you were probably not following us because you're banned. Are you following? That means you're definitely not following us.
No, she is now.
Oh.
She can type, so she's fine. What are we looking at?
Adrian, any updates on the merch? Yes, this is actually something we were supposed to get to today. So 80 to 90% of orders will be shipped out this week.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Most people are getting alerts that their orders have shipped, which is exciting. And yeah, we'll give you updates.
I know some of like the wine tumblers have made it out already.
Yeah, if you ordered just wine tumblers, just ornaments, or just what was it?
Shot glasses?
Shot glasses. Those were printed and done already because we had to pre-do those.
And if you ordered one of these guys, they should be out this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Should be. Millionaire said, are you guys still dating? No.
Nope.
Anyway, Tina Marie, I'm selling this on the internet. Who wants to buy it? $60.
Wait, your sister gave it to you? Did she buy one for everybody?
Nope.
Just you? And you're going to turn around and sell it?
I told her I would. I said, don't give it to me. I'm going to sell it.
Okay.
Come on. I got to get home for Christmas. Back from Christmas.
Becky from Miami said, I haven't received my tumbler or shot glasses. Are they coming with my beanies? So what Carla Marie was saying before was if that was your only order, like if it was only a shot glass, ornament, or tumbler, because those were all done ahead of time, they shipped out first. The more things you order in one order, unfortunately, the later, because they have to wait till all of your things are done, being printed or embroidered or whatever. So but again, they should 80 to 90% should be shipped out by the end of this week, which I think is actually pretty good, all things considered. And I do want to give a shout out to MK, who is our manufacturer and shipper and supplier and everything.
Dude,
what Matt has done to try to source everything, even when distributors of some of the things like the beanies and whatnot told him they had stock, he then put his order in after our sale was done, and they came back and like, oh, never mind, we don't have that. So he's been sourcing things from Canada, from Argentina, from everywhere.
Yeah.
Just to get these orders fulfilled.
There's a chance that some things he may reach out and be like, hey, we don't have this color. You can cancel or switch colors. Hoping that won't happen. We don't have a full update on that yet. He said by the end of the week. Well, I guess by Thursday we'll know. So stand by. But I'd say 90% or more of orders are fine.
Yeah. And I guess Becky from Miami has been reaching out to him because Becky has like, what, 15 beanies. And
a high school track team.
Those had to come from Canada now when they were supposed to be here already. So thanks to the Canadians who make beanies year-round because it's always cold up there in the Yukon.
It's not true. Oh, in the Yukon.
It's got to be.
In the Yukon, yes.
Yeah, not like Montreal. They've got a pretty humid summer.
Wait, the Yukon is in Alaska.
There's the Yukon Territory, and I'm 99% sure. Hold on.
Well, I'm sure because Alaska touches Canada. Because the only reason I know that is because what is the show that I love with the people who live in Alaska?
Oh, Below Zero?
Life Below Zero.
Yukon Territory. Hold on.
It's definitely in the Canadian. Nope.
It's the smallest and westernmost of Canada's 3 territories. Bam.
Yeah, but it's also Alaska because they always talk about being in the Yukon. So are they lying? Can you look up Yukon, Alaska? Because the guy's always like, out here in the Yukon, you can get elk.
Is that?
And it's cold.
It's the Yukon-Alaska border.
And they always talk about people in civilization. It seems like they're lying to me on the show.
Yeah.
Tell you what I would never want to do.
Yukon, formerly the Yukon Territory, the territory of northwestern Canada, an area of rugged mountains and high plateaus. It is bounded by the Northwest Territories to the east, by British Columbia to the south, and by the U.S. state of Alaska to the west.
Can you tell me then why on the show all they ever do is mention the Yukon?
Maybe that's just like the general region, but the Yukon Territory specifically is in Canada. I don't know. We need an Alaskan in here to let us know what the deal is. I do want to go up to like that part of Canada.
You would not survive.
I'm not going to go up by myself in a t-shirt. I would just like to go and see what it's like, you know?
Okay.
Man, they said Yukon was the smallest territory. It's still gigantic. Like, that is a large piece of land. I suggest everyone go and Wikipedia Yukon Territory later.
Things we learned today.
That's one of my favorite things to do, by the way, is go down rabbit holes of like one thing.
Oh.
And just start learning about, like, reading up on Wikipedia. Hold on, I got to turn this off.
Okay, I really don't appreciate getting gunshots in my ear.
I believe the Yukon Mountains.
Maybe they're saying
crosses
the
into
Yukons.
Alaska.
The Yukons.
Why are you saying it like that?
They see the Yukons, and in the Yukons is where you see the elk.
I'm sure there's elk all over Alaska.
The bears come into their houses there.
I thought we were talking about elk.
Yeah, but they're just animals all the time.
What else is on your list, Carla Marie?
Took a squirrel or something like a squirrel and picked it up and beat it on a rock until it was dead, and he ate it.
I mean, you got to eat.
Sometimes I'm like, I want to get away from civilization and live there, and then I realize how cold it is, and I'm like, no.
I don't think you could kill your own food.
No. Nope.
Because then not only do you have to kill it.
I could fish.
But not only do you have to kill it or fish it out of the water, which is also killing it.
I have to skin it.
Then you've got to skin it. You've got to like let out all the blood, and then you've got to like figure out which parts you got to get the organs out.
Well, I did have to skin and dissect the cat in high school.
Like an actual cat?
A dead one. Like they were like.
I feel like we did fetus. We did like a pig fetus or something.
Okay, well, we had to do cats, and now I didn't care because I was like, I hate cats. And then the guy across from me.
Carla Marie the butcher.
The guy across from me got a pregnant cat.
Oh, that's terrible.
Baby cats in there, and now I'm like, I hold my cats every day. I'm like, I'm so sorry
that you got one of theirs. That
I cut them open.
Do you think they
like you had to cut from the chin down, and then you had to like peel the skin back, and I can still smell the formaldehyde right here.
But then you think about it, it's like, why is it better to dissect a frog? Because they're not as cute.
Yeah, that's why.
People still have frogs as pets, though.
And worms.
Worms, I don't care about. We did worms as well. It was fine.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore, actually. So
a lot of people dissected cats in high school? Was that a thing?
Fred.
What? Oh, Sweetie Marie.
Sweetie Marie, the butcher of Ballard. Okay, we're not talking about this anymore.
No, I think we should.
It smelled so bad.
Well, that's the formaldehyde, right? That's got to be what it is, because that stuff smells real bad.
Kelsey said I dissected a human in college.
Well, college is different. Maybe she's pre-med or something and had to do that for something.
You would enjoy that.
No, I wouldn't. Never said I would enjoy it. I just said it's different.
Like the thought of like cutting into a person's like scalpel. Skin.
Someone did that to you.
I know. Several times.
Several. Your hand.
Just my hand.
Yeah. No one's ever cut into me.
Oh, no. And boobs.
Oh, true. Yeah. So they had to practice on something. Like how to cut skin and stuff like that. Doctors would make the best murderers, wouldn't they?
Yeah, isn't that what's his name is?
Dr. Jekyll?
No. The show. Someone's going to answer me. Thank you. I'm just saying thank you in advance. Danielle loves it. Is he not a doctor?
Human Gross Anatomy. She was a physical therapy major, was Kelsey Gramp, and that's why she was dissecting humans. How to Get Away with Murder? Dexter.
Is she a doctor?
I don't know. I've never watched one episode. I don't think I've seen a minute of Dexter. He's a serial killer, though, right? Or he's a guy who kills serial killers?
He kills bad people.
So he's a serial killer
He's Robin
of
Hood.
Serial killers. No, he's more like Batman. Batman was a murderer, a vigilante murderer who just happened to murder or fight other murderers.
Okay.
He's in forensics, is Dexter.
Oh.
Dr. Death? What is Dr. Death? I've never heard of any of these shows.
Oh, Dr. Death is a true story. It's a podcast. Well, I listen to Oh, wait. Are we talking about the podcast or the Netflix show? There's like several Dr. Deaths.
Nate loves Dr. Death. We got to text Nate. I did see that Nate and Andy are doing Movember, which is pretty cool. Nasty Nate and
How come you didn't do it?
I've done Movember a lot, and I did the real Movember. And listen, as long as you're raising funds and raising no. So the real charity that runs Movember and raises funds and awareness for men's cancers, so testicular, prostate, specifically. The whole idea is you're supposed to grow specifically a mustache. No Shave November is not the same as Movember. And I grew out a mustache for like maybe 6 years in a row. The last time I was fully shaven, by the way, like with a razor on my cheeks, completely clean shaven, was like on Elvis's show after my last Movember year.
I feel like you would look like a snail out of a shell.
We had a barber come in and give me like the straight razor shave.
I remember that.
And that was the last time I was clean shaven. A razor has not been on my cheeks since then.
Can I do that to you?
No.
I wouldn't cut you.
Yes, you would.
Can I
dissected cats.
Can I use a regular razor?
What do you mean?
I don't need to use a straight razor.
No.
I want to know what it would feel like to shave something like that on your face.
Don't you shave your legs?
Yeah, but I don't have that kind of hair.
Yeah, you do. It's stubble. Everyone has stubble. If you shave anything, you have stubble.
I shave my face.
Oh yeah, you have that like knife thing. Explain that to everybody.
I gotta order new ones. They're Bic razors. They're my #1 selling thing on my Amazon wish list.
So explain it.
Because people want to shave their faces. I can't. It's like a straight razor, I guess, and you shave your face, and it's essentially what they do when you go get like dermaplaning. Just you're not spending all this money and having another person do it, and you get your dead skin and your peach fuzz off, and your makeup looks better. Your skin looks great. It's a wonderful time to be alive. Your moisturizer goes in your skin better. I learned from Amy from the Bobby Bone Show. She's been shaving her face for like 15 years.
She got great skin.
Yep.
Great face on that, Amy.
So can I use one of those on yours?
No, it's not going to do anything. I mean, maybe like the upper part of my cheek that doesn't have hair, but most of my face has hair on it.
Yeah. What do you mean it's not going to do anything?
It's not going to do anything on like here.
Can I do like fun shapes?
No.
Okay. There were a lot of things on my list, so I'm going to save them for tomorrow.
Okay.
We got to talk about Hallmark holiday movies. I binged some of them with my mom.
I think the only movie like that I've ever watched was that the one Netflix
Midnight
came out with.
Magnolia.
Yeah, because everyone told us to watch it.
It's about us.
It wasn't about us.
They copied us.
Then and today, it's not about us.
You mean to tell me that there's not someone who in the last 10 years has listened to Elvis' show and was like, I have this idea?
Maybe. But that was faking being a couple.
And then they fell in love.
To be syndicated, which...
It's the opposite.
Just so you know, it doesn't work like that. As a matter of fact, oftentimes people will tell you to not get into a relationship. Otherwise, you're going to throw everything away. So, hence us not having radio jobs at the moment.
I want to talk about storage units.
Thrilling show tomorrow, guys.
Pornhub.
Okay, it's getting better.
Facebook formulas. The new trend out there.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about this list that Carla Marie has and what we're gonna actually talk about on the show.
And naked massages.
Naked massages. All right, all of that and more tomorrow on the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Thank you for getting us through Hype Train Level 5. Hopefully we do that same thing again tomorrow and get that little number next to when you subscribe to 800 before the end of the month, before the end of
that's gonna be tough.
December. That is the goal.
And we're not even.
We're going to have to do something. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will see you tomorrow.
Peace out.